Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play King's Quest VII, The Princeless Bride. In the last episode, we got help from the Dreamweaver. But we still need a way to free Lady Mab with sunlight, and we need a vessel to hold it with. And the game doesn't really hint at where you're supposed to get it. You're not going to believe it. We're going to have to go to the one place we haven't been with Valenice to do that. And that is Malicia's house. So we need to click on the lower left rainbow, and that will take us back to the swamp where Malicia's house is. Okay. Go, go, go. And we need to go behind the house and see what's going on. Okay, up arrow. Oh, the dog's not barking. Good. I would have had to switch between this screen and the wood of the Weirfolk if the dog was barking.
It's our big night, my widow Cuddles. We're gonna blow that rotten old Etheria right out of the sky. And we just might take the rest of the world with it, won't we, kissy boy?
Okay, keep the curtain here, Valenice. And down arrow, click. Up arrow at the hole, click again. Okay, we did this right.
It's too bad there won't be anyone left to admire my beauty, Cuddles. What do you have in your mouth? Let me see. No matter, you naughty boy. Let's go watch the fireworks.
I wonder why she wants to fire the volcano to explode. But anyway, we need to go up. We need to click on the floorboards. And we need to click on the lamp in the lower right-hand corner. That's how we're going to get a crystal. Also, I don't necessarily have to do this, but I'll click on the mirror too, just for a little bit of extra fun.
No one's probably seen her real face in years.
Hey! Alright, down arrow at the floorboard. We need to go back down and we need to get out of here. And we now have our crystal. Now to get back to the front of the house and use the fife. So that way we can get back to Etheria. Alright. Let's go ahead and use the fife. Now we could travel all the way back to the desert of the desert if we wanted to. The old-fashioned way. Actually, we couldn't because we can't go through the woods of the Weirfolk. Probably not. But we do have a shortcut in Etheria, and that is the upper left rainbow that is here. So let's go ahead and click on that, and we should be able to get back to... precisely to Colin Farwalker's remains. As I mentioned previously in Chapter 1, to get back to the safe zone, if you want to call that area where you started the game all the way back at the beginning such a thing, you just keep going north. 2 screens north, you'll be back at where the temple and the cacti and the road and the statue and the pool is. And from here, we're going to go straight to the temple. Because this is the only place I know of where you can find sunlight. We just use the crystal shaft, which I'll spin around a little bit. There are holes where it used to be, hanging around on the lamp. And we're going to use the crystal shaft on the sunlight here, once it's highlighted. And from here, we need to use a tapestry on Valenice. Once you show up in the dream world, get that dream catcher ready. Now the Dreamweaver said that nightmares are solitary creatures and will fight each other. But if you use a dream catcher on it, you'll release the nightmare you caught and the two nightmares will fight. If you don't do this quickly enough, you will die. And yes, you do have to put the tapestry away before you use a dream catcher. Now, let us go south. You can tell they had a lot of fun doing the death screams in this game. We fall into the water, a scene that we've seen before, and we will reach that temple where we saw Lady Mab. From here, we can enter the temple. And now that we have a crystal shaft with sunlight in it, let's use it on Lady Mab to free her from her icy prison. And wow, that looks impressive.
What? Well, who are you?
I am Valenice of Daventry, my Lady Mab. I urgently need your help. Militia has ignited the volcano in Oberon and Titania cannot be found.
Militia! That vicious creature enchanted me so that she could destroy us all. Well, she won't succeed. You must send the winds to find the king and queen.
I? How am I to do that?
You must harness the wind, Sirocco, and ride him to the top of the mountain of winds. King Levantar will surely help you. I must go, brave Valenice. I must try to hold back the volcano's explosion. Thank you for freeing me from my prison of ice. If we all survive this, I will send you only sweet dreams for the rest of your life.
And we are now teleported back to where we need to be, which is here. Now, we need to climb our way up to the top of the mountain here. And once I get up top, I'm going to save my game for just in case, because this is the second recording attempt because I botched it when I tried to pause and do what I need to do first. Checking my notes and everything. Okay. Quit. Make a new bookmark and keep playing. Good, we didn't mess this up. Now, right here, this very spot, the wand is flashing. You click there, Valenice will do that. She will hide behind the cave, and we can use the bridle on Sirocco. I finally remembered this horse's name. If you do this anywhere else, you'll miss.
Rascal, you big bully! What have I told you about eating people? What have I told you?
Oh, Ma, I was just playing.
Don't lie to me, young man!
What's going on here? Speak.
Who are you?
I am Levanter, King of the Wind. Who are you?
I am Valenice of Daventry. Your Majesty, we must summon Oberon and Titania. The Lady Militia plans to detonate the volcano, and all of Eldritch will be destroyed.
Winds, come to me. Come to me now. find the Lord and Lady of Etheria.
And sometime later,
Militia has ignited the volcano. Are you sure of this?
See for yourself, my Lord Oberon.
Sweet Mother Nature.
We thank you, mortal. You are valiant and brave. Come, my husband, we must try to undo what has been done. I only pray that we can. Wait! My daughter! What about my daughter?
and with that, we are on the 6th and final chapter of the game. Ready, set, boom.
Rosella, change the imposter back into his rightful form. It's our only chance.
Rosella, get him!
No, get him.
So, last we saw Rosella, the two Otars started fighting each other. And then we have to do this. So put the magic wand on the eye, click, rotate it so that you can click on the button, and create an F at the top. From here, we'll exit, and then use the wand on the two Otars. This will change the fake one.
Rats.
Okay. We have to time this. Okay, when he hits that wall... Dang it!
Nice try, sweetie.
Drat it. I just should have been more decisive.
Or I should have just timed it better.
Rosella!
No.
Clicking through that so that way you don't have to hear it again. Okay. Did we get the F? No, we did not get the F. Let's do that again. Okay, we have our F. Wait for him to hit this wall. There we go.
Edgar?
You, the son of Oberon and Titania, what are you doing here?
Rosella! Where are we? What's going on?
My dear princess, I have something so special in store for you. I hope you enjoy hot weather.
And we're trapped. We only have so much time.
We must hurry.
Obviously, that's Edgar. And now the lava's bubbling up. Okay. We need to use a shovel on the wall. That's the only way we're going to get out of here because we can't go anywhere else. And we click on the lava, we're going to die. We're going to fall in. And as Edgar, in a hood, helps Valenice into the Volcanics Underground, we're going to have to go through this this cavern here. Now, this window here is the only other place where you can find a flower. Thankfully, we got it near the Venus flytrap. So all we have to worry about is opening this door. If you watched Otar, you should know what to do. If you watched Otar at the end of Chapter 4. It's left, right, middle. Now what we do after we enter this door is crucial. First of all, you want to put the mysterious device in this socket right here, and you want to make sure it charges. Because you will need this later. And if it's not charged, you're gonna die. Second, we need to wake up King Otar. And when it's flashing like that, you definitely want to pick the mysterious device up. Use the flower on King Otar to wake him up. Remember that from Chapter 2? From the women at the hot tub? Yeah, you're gonna have to do that. King Otar will wake up, realize what's going on, and he will deactivate the volcano. Just like that.
My daughter. Oh, I thought I'd never see you again.
Mama, I'm so sorry. I saw the castle and I jumped into sea and the troll king, Edgar, well, he just...
Edgar?
No, you'll not touch her.
Out of my way, whelp! I enslaved your little mind once. Don't think I'll be so kind this time.
Never again, Militia.
Eat mysterious device. And with that, let's go ahead and wait on the dog, and then use the extra life on Edgar. We just beat King's Quest VII, The Princeless Bride.
I thought we'd never see you again.
Valenice, I cannot thank you enough. You have not only saved our world, you have given us back our greatest treasure, our son.
Your son? Edgar? You know our son?
Well, you see, I was stolen as a baby by an evil fairy named Lolotte. She twisted my body and tried to twist my mind, but somehow I knew I was not her son. Then Rosella appeared. I knew she was special. She released me from my slavery to Lolotte, and I went home to Etheria.
We were so happy. The whole kingdom was overjoyed. We held a ball in our son's honor and...
Our boy vanished from the gardens on the night of the party. We were crushed. We set off to search for him immediately. Now I know it was all part of Militia's evil plot.
Something went terribly wrong with you, my sister. Let us start over again, shall we?
Rosella, it was I who lured you into this world. I kidnapped you. I know you can never forgive me, but please, let me assure you that I was not in my right mind. I'd have done that had I known.
Edgar, would you show me the sights of Etheria? After all, it's what I came for.
It's so beautiful.
Rosella, you've been in my heart since the day I first saw you. Rosella, may I have the honor of courting you?
Yes, you may.
Why was Valnice not in that ending? That's really weird. So, yeah, Edgar just kind of shows up at the 11th hour, and after we transform the false King Otar, and you just have that one thing linking the 7th game to the rest of the series, and it's kind of weird. Also, why was Militia wanting to make the volcano erupt? The game provides no reason as to why Militia wants to do that other than because I want to or something. Basically no reason at all. At least past villains such as Mordak from the 5th game, or Lalote from the 4th game, or Mananan from the 3rd, they had motives. They had reasons for why they did what they did. But with Militia, you're just stopping her from making the volcano erupt because. And yeah. The plot for this, as well as the villain, not as well developed as past games. And wow, we didn't even get kicked to the title screen. Wow. Oh dear, I'm back at my desktop. I did not expect the game to do that. Thanks, GOG. Also, if we did not use the extra life on Edgar, Edgar would have died. We would have gotten the bad ending. Oberon and Titania would have been mourning the loss of their son. The swan at the ending cutscene would have been black instead of white. You'd still get the credits, but you'd have gotten the bad ending. I only feel like showing off the good one, because reasons. So, how does this game stack up? Well, the graphics, they're alright. The pre-drawn backgrounds are pretty good. There is a bit of Don Bluth quality to how Valnice and Rosella and all the other characters move. It's pretty nice for the time, but when you realize that some of it looks kind of weird, and you also notice that animation magic was also involved in the opening and ending cutscenes, that doesn't age as well as it once. It just doesn't age well. The graphics and the animation and all the hand-drawn stuff, I'm assuming it's all hand-drawn, it looked great for the time. It still does, to a degree. But some of the frames of animation, as well as the opening and closing cutscenes by Animation Magic, they haven't aged well. Sound and music are alright. Not exactly memorable. I do remember a little bit of it, such as Malicious theme and the theme that you hear when you're moving around in Ooga Booga. But it's not exactly anything to write home about. It's kind of serviceable. I really didn't have any problem with the play control. It's point and click. The wand flashes when you can interact with something. It makes it easier for first-time point and click adventurers, and can come across a little handholdy for the hardened King's Quest veteran. And for the replay value, once you play through this game, there is the bad ending. There are a few alternate puzzle solutions, but you won't really have much of a reason to play through the game again. And I need to cough. There we go. And I also need to drink some tea too. So, how does this game stack up? Knowing all that. The game, as it said at the beginning of the credits, written by Roberta Williams and Lorelei Shannon, the writing is definitely weaker compared to the first 6 games, especially 6, which was excellent. I will definitely want to play that game down the line. 6 was probably one of the best in the series, which is weird because it comes before what we've just played, and it came after King's Quest V, which I played the NES version of, and King's Quest V was not that good when it came to the puzzles that you had to do and everything. The story was good. It was on par with the first 4 games, King's Quest V, but the puzzle solving, oh, you miss an animal? Oh, you're done. Start all over. At least with King's Quest VII, you don't have things that are particularly unfair. There aren't any ways to make the game unwinnable, so at least you have that going on. But Rosella acting a little less mature than she did in the 4th game, and Valenice having to use the golden comb with more things than some people would probably like. You use the golden comb to solve puzzles and get information one too many times. I think the game goes to that well one time too often. Once too often, and I think people complain about the game for that as a result. Not to mention Rosella's prancing animation. The King's Quest series is known for headstrong female protagonists, but I feel like the game, they tried to make them a little more vulnerable. I think they were trying to make Valenice a little more vulnerable, and I think they were trying to make Rosella a little more naive. She is almost 20 years old, according to the opening cutscene after all, but for some reason, that just doesn't really fly with a lot of people who have played this game and have reviewed it in the past. I can kind of look past it a little bit, because I grew up with the game and there was nothing else like it at the time, in 1994 and 1995 when I was like 9 or 10 years old. But yeah, some people find that hard to get past. And yes, some of the animations, some of the points of the story, like, how did Edgar go from being swept out of the volcano by militia to suddenly being on the horse that you used to get to Etheria in a hood wearing the same clothes. Like, how did that happen? That's kind of weird how he goes from being swept out of the volcano almost helpless by militia to suddenly helping Valenice get in the volcano. That's a really weird inconsistency there too. I know I'm spending more time talking than I would like, but I really need to address that. But other than that, the game is alright. It's not the worst. I feel like that I wouldn't say whatever the opposite of an honor is goes to the 5th game. 5 was dreadful. This is like a step or two above that. But even then, that's not saying much. It's a good looking, good sounding, good playing game. It has several missteps. And while there was nothing like it at the time, I know people were raving about the graphics and everything back then, and how it was a little easier compared to the other games, which probably makes it a little more, which probably makes it just as appetizing to point-and-click gamers now. The game still hasn't aged well because of the things that I mentioned, some of the missteps that the game makes. Do like the voice acting though, some of it at least, even if some characters sound like other characters because they only had like so many voice actors to work with. So the game could have been better. It could have been worse. While there was nothing like it at the time, especially when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old, the game hasn't aged well. I mean, the game is barely connected to the rest of the series because Edgar just shows up at the 11th hour. That's a gripe that a lot of people have, and I personally have as well. And barely connecting Militia, who is wanting the volcano to explode for no reason, and Lelote doing Militia's dirty work just being brought up once. Yeah, the game is barely tied to the rest of the series. So overall, the game's okay. If you see it, give it a shot. Just remember that the game hasn't aged well. And I have been speaking for a whole bunch of minutes. I should probably stop speaking now because I want to end this video. This has been Let's Play King's Quest VII, The Princeless Bride. Hopefully I will be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it'll be somewhere in between. Who knows? Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later.